It's 2025. We have survived another year, another rotation around the sun, and we are all here to talk about books and goals for 2025. We're not going to talk about 2024 because it was not a good year for reading, at least for me. Most of the books I picked up, I couldn't keep interest in the books, and so I would get maybe 3 chapters in and I would put them down and I would either pick up another book or I would go do something else. Take the dog for a walk, watch a YouTube video, something that wasn't necessarily reading. So not a whole lot of books were read by me in 2024, but things be changing in life, and so I would like to change the number of books that I'd read in 2024, but we can't change that now because 2024 is done and this is now 2025, so I can only try and do better in 2025 and read books and find books that will bring me joy. And I'm hoping that my first goal here will help me find joy in that I won't be driven mad trying to figure out how to track some of my reads, because some of my books are omnibus books, like this one by Zach Argyle is the bind-up of 3 books in the Threadlight series trilogy. I don't even know if it's a trilogy yet. I have the bind-up. It's very pretty. This was my first Kickstarter that I ever donated to. When you're tracking number of books that you've read in a year, it is very difficult to count 3 as 1. Instead of doing that in 2025, I'm not having a goal of reading a number of books. No, I have a goal of reading 30,000 pages. I arrived at the 30,000 pages because many of the books are many, many pages, so I just picked a number of like 600, and at one point I was reading roughly a book a week, but those were like 300-page books, so I dropped it down a little bit and I said 600 times 50, and I got 30,000 as my goal in terms of number of pages to read this year. So hoping that helps. Another goal I have is to review all of the books I read. This does not necessarily mean a long, drawn-out, detailed review either here on YouTube or over on my blog. I would be satisfied with 1 or 2 paragraphs over on Goodreads, Storygraph, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, somewhere. Just because it takes a lot of energy sometimes to take all of the thoughts and emotions had while reading a book and putting it into a review, or it takes some of the enjoyment out of reading sometimes if I just want to sit and read and not contemplate the plot structure or a character acting in or out of how that character should act, how this word should be spelled, the grammar of the sentences or whatnot. I just want to read and enjoy and forget that I have to go to work tomorrow and enjoy life. So while I would like to review all books, and we kind of depend as readers on those reviews to help us pick our next read and determine, is this book going to make me absolutely furious, or is it going to be an absolute drain on my soul, or am I going to really enjoy it and fall in love and find a new favorite author with this book, series, whatever. So I would like to help contribute to that, and read. I want to read all of my I mean that too, but I'm not making that a goal. No, 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 no. I would like to review all of the books I read in 2025. Somewhere, whether it just be a few words or a lot of words. I'm scared to talk about this next goal. In 2024, one of those goals that I absolutely failed at was to read all of my gifted books. Yeah, I didn't even really make a dent. And in 2024, I received some hefty books that are no longer near me. Like these fat books with the novellas. I have read one of these novellas because it's technically like book 0.5 or something, but I read book 1 first and didn't realize there was a novella that came before it. The Bound and the Broken series by Ryan Cahill. I mean, like, book 3 here. Yeah, it's over 1,000 pages because I'm just on you can't see that. I'm on the epilogue page, and the page before it is 1004. There goes the book. 1007 pages. Just this one. This one. Reading my gifted books just became a lot harder since I definitely want to continue in this series, but it's going to take some dedication and a whole chunk of time to read over 1,000 pages in just this one book. And that's not to mention the book 2 that I'm finally on that is 861. I have some big books, but that will hopefully just help me reach the 30,000 pages goal that I have, you know, instead of reading, because like the 1,000-page book, man, that could be 2 books. 3 if they're like the 300 to 400 range. Almost 3. 2.5. That's a lot of book. It's also a lot of story. A lot of story that I really want to read. I only want to read 25%, I feel would be reasonable, of the books gifted, especially since I'm going to more than definitely be reading books that I've purchased or books from the library, this and that, as well as the books I've been gifted in the year. So I'm hoping the 25% is a little more reasonable and achievable. The last goal I have for 2025 is to finish 5 series. 5, only 5. I hope this is doable, finishing or / catching up on 5 series / trilogies, because a lot of the series I want to read are trilogies. But hopefully 5 will be a good number, and I can do that. And kind of wondering if the Codex Alera by Jim Butcher will be one of those 5 series, because I'm already on book 4. I think I started it in 2024. I don't remember. I might have started it in 2023. Can't remember when I read the first one, Furies of Calderon, I believe. I would really like to finish 5 series because, especially in December, as I was redoing my tracker to kind of help me track some of these goals that I have, I noticed I have quite a few series that I would like to get to, but I'm not really letting myself get to because I still have series that I've started and haven't continued with. Then there are other series that I've technically started and have a vague memory of enjoying, but I only read the first book. Never continued. And so at this point I kind of have to start over. So when I was updating my series tracker, I put them as a soft DNF because I have to start over. So now they're just kind of a want to read because I have to get back to them at the beginning. We can't keep doing this. I'm rereading books that I don't necessarily want to have to reread. I want to reread a book because, like, it's enjoyable and worth a reread, not because I've forgotten everything and I want to finish the series or continue in the series, but I couldn't even tell you who the characters are. Such as with, okay, what's the name of the Seventh Dimension by Laura Lynn Roberts. I think I read the first book back in 2013, and there are at least 6 books I am aware of in the series, but I haven't really checked because I haven't been reading the series. So those are the goals I have for 2025. What are some goals you have for 2025? And did you finish any of your 2024 goals, unlike me? I hope you did a lot better than me in your 2024 goals. And here is to a grand 2025. TTFN!